everyone. Today's topic is how to choose a godly man to marry. You observe that there are many broken Christian marriages. It is very daunting, but you are hoping that your story will be different. So therefore, you know what you did? Your husband wish list is quite extensive. You know, I had about 25 criteria on my list, but you need to separate the essentials from the non-essentials. Hi, I'm Kimberly Garth from Petals Bloom, and I provide practical relationship tips for the single Christian woman. Here are some essential qualities to seriously consider when choosing a godly husband. 1. He needs to be teachable. You need a man who is humble and open to learning from others. The evidence of this is that there are other men in his life who hold him accountable and help him to walk the straight and narrow path. I've observed that when godly men get together, great things happen. Proverbs 27:17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend." It is not easy being a godly husband these days. So he needs the community of sound, godly brothers to help him to stand strong. And I firmly believe that a man learns how to be a real man by being around other strong men, not from a woman. So questions to consider about him. Is he a man open to learning from others? What are his reactions when he is corrected? Does he have accountability with other men in his life? Is he hard-headed? Are his closest friends foolish men or wise men? Because you know, birds of a feather flock together. 2. He is emotionally stable. Marriage can be rough at times, and your future husband needs to be stable and balanced to handle the ups and the downs of life while leading a family. This quality has little to do with physical health, but rather emotional health. Of course, as a wise woman, you have a great part to play in supporting him by your words, your actions, and even your prayers, especially your prayers, because you know, men do get discouraged from time to time. Questions to consider. How does he handle stress at work? How does he handle conflict in his current relationships? Does he have a trail of broken relationships among his family and friends? How does he respond when life throws a curveball at him? 3. Hard-working. A hard-working man is worthy of your admiration and your respect. If a man is not hardworking, you'll have major problems because he just might not be able to provide for your family. Imagine being married to a man who spends most of his working hours playing video games or watching YouTube videos or interacting on social media, and he earns no income from any of these activities. You might just want to pull all your hair out. So if you choose to marry a lazy man, you'll end up managing and providing for the entire home all by your lonesome self. Your respect for him will die a slow but certain death, and that will not be good for your marriage or your sexual intimacy with him. His laziness will also affect his own sense of worth. Therefore, you need a godly man who will be responsible to take care of his family by working hard. Proverbs 10:4 says, "A slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent makes rich." So questions to consider about this man. Does he spend most of his time in idleness? As an adult, does he depend on his parents or his guardians or even the government to support him fully? Is he a dreamer but makes no effort to pursue his dreams by working hard to accomplish them? Does he blame others for his unfortunate lot in life? 4. He treats women with honor and respect. I have often heard it said that you will know how a man will treat you by the way he treats his mother. As such, you want to observe if he has a healthy relationship with his mother. Healthy. In addition to this, the way he speaks of and treats other women is a good indication if he will honor and respect you in the future. So here are some questions to consider. Does he speak to his mother? In what way does he care for his mother and his sisters, if he has any? How does he speak about women in general? What can you observe about his treatment of women who are unrelated to him? On the contrary, you do not want the opposite extreme, where your future husband idolizes his mother. If that is the case, then your future mother-in-law might be running and ruining your marriage. So open your eyes, ladies. Pay attention to the signs. So if you're getting value, I invite you to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to be notified when I publish more videos. 5. He is able to lead you. Marriages simply work better when the man embraces the role as the head of the family. That's biblical. Of course, there are areas in the home under which you will give leadership, but ultimately, you need a husband who will embrace the main leadership role as the head of the family and not abscond from it. The first indication that a man has the capacity to handle the leadership of your future family is his willingness to pursue you. I know that there are many women who see no problem in pursuing a man, and these same women prefer to be the one in control in their marriages. Some questions to consider. Does he shy away from responsibility? Who leads his life? Is it him, or does he leave that to his parents or his guardians or the government? Does he still behave like a child and not like a grown man? Ladies, the label Christian is not enough. It is not sufficient to think that if a man says he's a Christian, that he will make a good husband. In my younger, naive years, I thought just that. However, a man could sincerely know and love God, but still make a very poor husband because he could be lazy when it comes to his relationship with the Lord. Or perhaps he refuses to grow in crucial areas that will make him a better man because growth is oftentimes very painful. Also, ladies, please do not confuse gifting with maturity. Just because a man is a gifted preacher, a gospel singer, or a biblical teacher, it does not mean that he is mature in his faith or growing in character. Ladies, I want to give you some hope. There still exist Christian men who are willing to not only hear the word, but also to live it out even when it feels uncomfortable. And that is the kind of godly man that you want. Otherwise, singleness is better. And I have just the right resource to help you to understand what they want. It's called the Irresistible Godly Woman Checklist, and get your free download by clicking on the link in the description. So if you have enjoyed this video, you can check out my other videos. Is he a true Christian? And should you pursue a man? See you next time for more practical relationship tips. Bye.